Yay! Namaste, everyone. Hopefully, everything is working now. And here we are, we're connected. So, believe in happiness and love. Okay, nice to see you, Akasha here. So, you haven't been hearing from me much. If you're on my email list, we're having some challenges with our email system. So, hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Julie. I'm going to see you soon. And so we just decided to go ahead and do these, and we'll be doing our best to sort out the emails. So welcome everybody. Namaste. So good to see you. So yesterday was a really beautiful day. I went into just by myself. Chris stayed home. I needed to do some things, do some work with my Mayan teacher and priest and um, chiropractor, and things like this. Get in alignment. And so I went to Sibyl Sheltoun. So if you were here for the equinox retreat, you were there. So that's where the sun came up in the temple in the morning. We went there 4:30 in the morning. Now, of course, that wasn't happening on a normal day. However, the entire rest of the site, of course, is available. So I spent about 4 hours there. That's the fun about going by myself. Speaking to the land, I spent time on the Temple of Venus and sat with the grandmothers, the prosperity dream weaving grandmothers, the watchers, if you were part of that class. And I had just such an integrated experience. That's it. So instead of going from the world into this sacred garden, this sacred jungle, this place. And this place is very, very full of nature spirits, Alush, and 1010. And when you go in there, you have to speak to the land. You have to talk to the energies. So this is what I do all the time. I'm constantly studying more of the traditions and the ancients and the cultures and the mystery schools to find what are the ways that they communicated with other life forces, other realms, other dimensions, because there's life on every dimension and we can only see or perceive a very tiny bit of it. So speaking with the nature spirits, they took me to a new temple that I've known about. It's not a mystery or anything. I just never felt drawn to go into it, onto it, and everything. So this time I did, and it was very different energies. And so maybe you're experiencing some of the tension in the world right now. So one thing that I wanted to do, and I'm not plugged into much, is the drama of the world. I literally do not watch news, do not scroll feeds. I subscribe to emails, but only to people in my world that speak like me, that uh, communicate like me, that study, that teach like me. And I don't open most of them. Whenever it feels like, oh, I think that I should look at this, or if I'm looking for somebody that I want to have on my show, right? This helps me know like who they are, what they do, if they're in alignment with me. I'm very picky. I've been around a long time. And so I'm very picky about who I study with, who I let do healing work with me, energy work of any kind. And not as an insult to anybody, but I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. So right now is a time of discernment. And one reason I wanted to talk about the energy cleanses. So this is a course I did a few years ago, and it's a course that's not like taking a class. It is 4 or 5, I think, different cleanses, for lack of a better word. They're energy cleanses. I teach you about each aspect and element of that, and then I build it for you, and then I show you how to use it and walk you through an activation, which you have in video or audio. And what happens is that this is what I do every day. I cleanse and clear my light body. I activate my light body to the optimal state. I do light weaving. I heart to heart connect with the ocean, the sun, the moon, the water, the dolphins, the air, the earth. I'm using this. I'm living this. I am very careful what I put in my head, what I read, what I agree to, who I talk to, whose opinion matters to me. We have to disconnect from everyone's opinion, because now it went from information, information, information. That's gold. Everyone wants information. Now, too much information. And most of it is biased in some way to create a reaction, like buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. Or maybe fear, 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 this terrible thing's going to happen. You better take this drug. This horrible thing's going to happen. You better have 45 medical tests. This is going to happen because your family had this issue. Well, if this happens, that might happen. And then this other thing might happen. And then this could happen. Yeah. And monkeys could fly out of my butt. So discernment is absolutely vital. It's like air right now. You cannot be plugged into 1,000 different feeds, 1,000 different emails, 1,000 different schools, 1,000 different systems, books, courses, whatever. Okay. It is time to shed what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, to cleanse yourself of being attached to a particular mantra, a particular spiritual practice or process. Shift it, change it up, step outside yourself, look at where you are. Now is not the time for us to stay the same. And it's not the time for us to go running desperately around trying to find the answer. Fix me, fix me. Oh, this person said this was wrong with me. I better do that. And that person this. I talked to someone the other day. I'm putting together a summit and of wise women. And I really enjoyed this woman. I didn't probably saw her on something recently. I didn't even read. I didn't listen to the interview. I just know, like, energetically, I like her. So I reached out to her and we had a wonderful conversation. We ended up talking more than an hour because we really vibed. We speak the same language. She comes from the mystery schools. She comes from the sacred geometry. She comes from that inner work. She comes from, I'm doing my spiritual work. It is my path. It is number one. And if spirit calls me to go do X, I do it. I figure it out. I'm like, yay, we're sisters. So what I liked, though, was I said, we were talking about this idea of discernment and how so important it is. It's exciting that there's so much information. There's so many paths. There's so many people that are healers and channels and putting on events and summits and everything. You don't need all the information. So when I had my first big awakening in this life was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago, and about 40 years ago. And what happened was there was no internet. All right. There was no bookstores that were browsy bookstores. There were no bookstores that had these kind of books, spiritual self-help, how to, things about the secret and your thoughts and rewiring your mind and gaslighting. Nobody talked about any of this stuff. We didn't have a name for it. We didn't talk about it. You just had to keep going in your life and pretend that you didn't have questions. So don't embarrass anybody, work hard. That was my upbringing. So the thing is that we're shedding that. We're shedding the beliefs we were given as a family, as a culture, as a gender. We're shedding all of it. And it's absolutely vital that we shake off the dead skin, the dead leaves. I mean, if you have a tree that drops its leaves once a year, you've seen how some of them can be completely brown and dead and still hanging on, right, to the tree. And there can be, bark or flowers, right? When the flower dies, sometimes there's this sheath around it, and the whole thing is dead and brown and dried up and done, doing its beautiful expression of life. and yet it's still attached to the living plant. This is how we want you to think about some of the things, like how you think about yourself, what you believe about the world. Who are you looking for the answers? Are your inner thoughts, your inner conversation, is it supporting you? Is it positive? Is it seeing goodness? Is it assuring you that you are a part of the solution, that you are building the world of light? If you're not building the world of light by thinking of the future you wish for, by thinking of the outcomes that you wish for, you're not going to get the idea, the proof from outside of you of what to pick. Oh, you've got to go vote, pick A, B, or C. You are a creator that you can choose and then manifest, make appear around you from who you are, what you believe, what you become, what you act, how you think, and you can't hide from the result. So the reflection of the world around you, I don't live in a world of drama. I'm not feeling the intensity. I'm not feeling the sadness. I'm not feeling, this fell and that rose and this happened and this person did this and that person did that and this means that. I don't get involved, because the minute that I get involved, I'm helping to create that. And then I have an opinion about it. And then it triggers a memory and it triggers an emotion. This is why you need to cleanse. You hold patterns literally in your cells, in your nervous system. Okay, your DNA. You have DNA on all the levels of your body. Okay, the seen and the unseen bodies. Okay, and you have many layers. You're a mile wide. You're an enormous light being. Okay, every layer needs cleansing. Every layer needs bathing, needs purifying, needs feeding, needs nourishing, needs loving, needs to help to get the dead leaves off, right? Needs special care when it's just beginning to form an idea, gestating something. Needs your love and willingness to let it birth into the world. So everything is changing very fast. And we have the honor and yet the challenge of living on the tipping point. We're living on the cusp. Entire reality structure of our mind, not just how we work and how we go to school and who we communicate with and who gets to decide for me and my rights and my life and what I have to do and all the rest of it, right? It's all an opinion and an imagination of a world that we agreed to. Now you get to design, decide, choose a life that you would like. If you don't do it, then who's choosing it for you? If you don't cleanse away your sister's negative words, or your friend who misunderstood you, or your husband who tells you that, you should go get a normal job and not be spiritual, I don't know, right? Okay. So what you want to do is feel into who are you. And how do you do that if you're listening to 1,000 people's messages? Okay. I used to literally read 5 books at a time before the internet. And they'd be stacked on my nightstand, and I would be reading them and consuming them. And I created a meditation room, and I started working with animals. And I would go very early in the morning for a few hours to work with animals. And then I had the whole middle of the day, and I gardened, and I learned to speak to the dirt and speak to the ants and to the spiders and speak to the plants, and talk to them. And the gardening was mind-boggling. I got so many eggplants. I never wanted to eat eggplants again. I do love eggplants, but so there was this time in the middle of the day, and I created a meditation room, I would call it now. At the time, I called it an angel room. I wanted to talk to my angels, and I had a book, How to Talk to Your Angels. And this was a rare thing back then, okay? And so I had read some books I got at the library, and then I was like, okay, what is this thing, this energy? Like, how could it possibly be? This is how dense we were. This is how deep in a lower state of consciousness that we were. And you could go super fast, because even at the time, the angel book annoyed the shit out of me. Here's why. Because it was like, step one, sit down and decide you want to speak to an angel, make a pretty spot to sit in, and then sit there for an hour a day for a month to 6 months, and come back then for step two. What? I was like, no, 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 I want this to happen now. So the amount of information that you can access now, you can scroll through it, you can find the things, you can intuitively feel into something. You could feel like, oh, I want this energy cleanse class, because it shouldn't be called a class, whatever it's called, because you can pull out the activation for your home to cleanse, clear, protect your home. You should have it up all the time. You should acknowledge it, for your body, for yourself, for everything. And then it becomes easy. It becomes something you do every day, all day long. You go into a conversation, you hear a negative piece of news, you realize you agreed to somebody saying something negative. Don't agree to it. The minute you agree to it, the minute you speak it, the minute you repeat it, the minute you think about it, you're now manifesting it. You're giving it your energy and your attention. Go back to the basics. And then what's in your world? Is it what you want? Is it happiness, harmony, peace, and joy? Because that's what I have. Okay. And the more I hold my harmony, peace, and joy over here, the more I attract harmony, peace, and joy. And then I find people like you who want to play in my field of bliss. And I find people like this woman. So what we talked about that was interesting was how it's wonderful that so many people are waking up and being healers and psychics and channels and whatever. The thing about it is, everybody do what you wish, as ye harm none, do as ye wish. That was one of the agreements when I was in the goddess world. And so the thing is, though, you have to be the one that's discerning, because there's 18,000 healers out there that say they're renowned, but they just learned to heal last year. They just took a course 2 years ago, had a really great meditation on a mountain, had money to buy a really nice looking website, and now they're doing their work. That's great. We all start where we are. I'm not at all against that. I'm saying you have to be discerning. Is that person really the right healer for you? Is that something you ask, or do you get caught up in their campaign or their NLP, their ability to make you feel like, buy now, this is a solution, this will solve everything? There's nothing outside of you that's going to solve everything. So I can promise you right now, whether it's my course or my retreat, which I know will be transformational, or anybody else's thing, it will be there when you are ready for it. If you make a decision out of desperation and fear, you aren't making the right decision. If you buy the same thing the next day, but after you've allowed oh my gosh, I've got to get it, maybe this is it, you let all the desperation go. You do some of these cleanses. You clear yourself. You free yourself of that feeling of like attachment. Those are low states of consciousness. And I walk you through how to use the scale, because you must learn where you are on that scale and why you're seeing things. You can only see things that match your state of consciousness and match your belief and match your self concept of yourself. Okay. So you have to go in and change what you believe and change your concept of yourself. Okay. You have to go in and change your state of consciousness. Then you see more options, more people operating at love, more opportunities for your business, more people who see and respect you. Do you see the difference? Is this internal thing. So cleanses, energy work, intention, watching your words, watching your thoughts. This is all the different things I have. Private work, retreats, the wishes fulfilled group, the energy cleanses. It's always to keep bringing you back to your own authority. All right, so let's take a look. Hi, Olga. Hello, you're not late, sweetie. Yeah, when I first started to learn healing work, excuse me, I it was a required question. So I was required to do cleanses and clearing to myself. I had to go through a routine, which is what I teach the healers that I train. You must, before every session, cleanse and clear yourself, align yourself, and cleanse and clear your space and create sacred space just for that session. Your etheric space, your mental space, your emotional space is all vital to that session. Now, maybe you're an energy healer, or Reiki practitioner, or a channel, or a psychic, or a physical therapist, or an analyst, right? Or a coach, or a sound healer, or a mother. Okay, it doesn't matter, because you're interacting with the world and you want to clear yourself of everyone else's energies. You want to clear yourself of energies that are not serving to you, that are holding you back, and you want to clear yourself of any things within you, fears, beliefs, and that kind of thing, that are blocking you from seeing the solution to what you have, because there is a solution to everything. It's not possible, because it's two sides of the same thing. So the concepts that I want you to take from this class, if you buy it, it's on sale. It's available instantly. So you just, boom, you go get it. Okay. We're going to go through a cleanse right now, today, and is to help you stay out of the chaos. All right. There's going to be some new reason to go into chaos and drama every day, every minute of every day. And people are out to tell you news, to trigger you, to get a reaction from you. And you may be like some of my students who have families and relationship circles, like work and different friends and so on. Or maybe your book club, you have different circles of people that you may interact with, have a different opinion and not like if you're happy while everyone else is depressed. This is very normal. This has happened to me. And you're too happy when I was getting a divorce and everything was falling apart and I was going through a bankruptcy and it was pretty bad. My mother was like very upset with me because I was not appropriately depressed. I wasn't walking around feeling like shit, acting like shit, being around people like, oh, I'm a leper, I'm not worthy of being alive. And I was, falling in love with Chris. So, but I was not appropriate. And that came up the other day in our wishes fulfilled circle was, if something scary, supposedly tragic, sad, related to grief or something else is happening in your life, in your circle, how do you think of it if everything's a reflection of you? Did you make that person sick? Did this person die because of you, or whatever, is happening? You have to understand symbolic language and your own path. And then you understand what is a reflection of you, what it is telling you, right? And what it is, you're not responsible. You can't make anyone feel anything. You can't make anyone do anything, but they show up in your world as a response. So if you cleanse and clear your mind and you're not thinking negative thoughts, you're not going to have people showing up with negative thoughts. If you cleanse and clear your heart and your emotional field and you stop feeling resentment, you stop feeling unworthy, you start unweaving that, cleansing that out of you. This cleanses your mind. It cleanses your emotional field, your aura, your chakras, your pillar of light, your central channel, all of the levels of your light body. I'm a mystery school teacher and I've created a whole course on this, as well as been through many, many mystery schools. So the understanding, the depth of understanding I have isn't necessary for you in order to be able to move into seeing, feeling, and cleansing your body, yourself, your mind, And then therefore the world around you changes, because the reflection back to you will be of your new clear, calm, centered, aligned self. Now you're going to go up and down like everybody. We're shedding. We talked about shedding. Maybe you're feeling fabulous because you just shook off that old skin and you came out. Woo, I knew that was going to happen. And you are ready for a change. You feel it. You feel free of something. Maybe you've just finished your job. Maybe you've just moved to a new home. Maybe you've just decided to move to a new country. Whatever it is, we're still going through a big shakeup energetically, cosmically. But what we have now is more of a grasp on what we went through in March, what the snake year, the serpent year, the shedding, because there's more to that. Now there's the wisdom. Be like a wise serpent, be like a wise snake. They're considered wise healers, wise guides. And when you look, you see perfectly formed, beautiful, sliding out of the old, ready, not weak and pathetic. So you're ready. You can cleanse, and you don't have to be like, oh, now I'm weak and unprotected. No, as soon as you let go of those walls around your heart, those ideas that you're not good enough, the ideas that, until this person apologizes or approves of you, you won't have what you want. None of it's true. Okay. None of it's true. You get to decide what's true. So whatever's in your way, fears of asking for money, fears of failure before that are keeping you from stepping out into a new venture, into a new project, into following your heart, into going into a mystery school, into, marrying somebody, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Your whole life is you. And if you are seeing more of this drama and chaos, if you're affected by it, then you go within. You do not go out and try to change other people. You can't talk to people about it. You can't go, oh, this is terrible. We need to do this. They need to stop doing that. That's bad. You can do that all you want. But one day you're going to wake up and realize the more I do that, the more that's part of my reality. You're literally feeding it. I don't want you to. Okay. So clear your energy. Okay. So this is really to show you how to protect your light, because your light is coming more. I was giving you an example that we were very dense and things are going very fast. So if someone gave you an angel, how to talk to angel books that told you to wait 6 months for step 1, you would move on and find somebody else teaching an angel course, right? So there's several things happening. I feel like I want to talk to angels. Okay, just go talk to angels. Just sit down, create sacred space, light a candle, do whatever you feel is beautiful, get the cleanses class or something, and then activate your light body, create a sacred space around you. Open up your journal, get a pen, ask to be a free flow channel, and let that energy come through you. The thing about the cleanses I teach you is I teach you how to create sacred space where you're always between the worlds, you're always protected, and you're always aligned to what's for your highest good. I teach you how to activate your light body so that you are basically waking up, brushing your teeth, and taking a shower on your spiritual body, on your emotional body. You're coming into alignment. You're becoming conscious of who you are. You want to walk aligned with what's optimal for you. So staying centered despite the global shifts going on. Like we said, first step, don't agree with it. Stop feeding yourself it. Stop staying attuned to it. If somebody you live with is watching the news, ask them to do it directly into their head set, or ask them to do it during certain hours when you're not there. Don't think that you can hear it and not hear it. It's not possible. And it's not just that you're hearing it. It's going to go into your mind. It's hypnotizing if it's coming from something like a TV or a video, and it's going to manifest in your reality in some way. Okay. So you choose your own empowering reality, because everything's changing. It's going to keep changing. We are metamorphosizing. So harness the energy of transformation instead of getting sucked into all of the drama and how bad it is. It's not bad. It is what it is. It's changing. We have to change. all of the structures, all of the visible reality, all of the form of the caterpillar has to melt into nothing in order to completely reform, to find a different dream, a different reality. That's what I want you to contribute to. Okay. So these are energy tools everybody can use. All right. So here's what's important. Please remind yourself, I have created a life and a lifestyle where I have the luxury, I guess, of not interacting with these kinds of energies or people. I don't go out to grocery stores very often. I don't go out of my property. I go walk on the beach. I swim on the beach. I talk to Chris, my cats, occasionally someone else. You guys, my classes, I write, I channel. I don't watch that other stuff. I have a very carefully crafted reality because my energy is the most important thing. If I don't stay aligned to the highest energy, that listening to what's calling me in this moment, I am missing out on things that are very important in every moment for me to hear, to know, to create, to see, to realize. I'm on a path of my creation, and you are too. So every cell of your being, please tell yourself this is not the end. This is the beginning. It's not spiraling backwards. We're shedding the outdated, the toxic, and the false. The old systems, the old mindsets, the old energies that once held us back are dissolving. And now more than ever, you're being called to stabilize your energy. If you don't cleanse and clear yourself, your mind, your body, how are you going to receive and how are you going to radiate this world of light? We need you to be a pillar of light in this new reality we're creating. We need to balance the chaos with order, but the order of light, not rules and judgment. Get out of low states of consciousness. Cleanse and clear yourself and become unshakable in your own light. No, I don't agree with that. No, that's not what I heard you say. You can disagree all day long because the minute you agree to something like, this probably means this terrible thing is going to happen. Yeah, I know. Boom. Now you've just added to it. You've entered that reality. You've agreed to it. It's entered your reality. It's like a little bit of poison. Okay. So protect, clear, and realign your sacred self every single day. Use this course for that. Now, it's a daily spiritual balancing and energy. It's a healing kit. You get instant access. It puts the power back in your hands. And so we're going to go in and do a little bit of cleansing, a little bit, see what wants to come through. A few other things came up because my beautiful beloved Chris told me a week or two ago, there's a lot of stressed out people. And I do know because I do talk to my mom. My kids are pretty positive when we talk. And, and I said, okay, what can I do? So I put on sale several sessions. If you want quick answers, come get a 30-minute session with me. We'll cleanse, we'll clear, we'll look at what's there. I'll teach you whatever it is. I'll speak to the entities or the fear. We'll look at what life it's connected to. We'll do whatever energy work and whatever messages that need to come through for your highest good. I'm a shaman, a seer, an oracle, and an energy healer, and I've been doing this for a long time. So I just like to help you get the energy and the answers that you want. So go to the shop, the soul readings, which is my basic thing. Whatever you need, we do it. Okay. If we have to go into 10 past lives, if we have to travel dimensions, if we have to talk to your inner child, if we have to go into your cells of your body, if we have to find your ancient lineages or mentors, whatever it is, we find it. We weave it. You get the recordings to these so you can repeat them, which is always a very good idea. And then this class we're talking about is on sale. And it's like a necessity. It's like having a screwdriver in your house, right? Also the soul lineages session, because right now, knowing your lives, knowing the lineages that are speaking to you, that are calling to you, perhaps you feel called to move to a different country, to study a different sacred path, to try something new that know before, or you feel more certain than ever and you are ready to open that door, but you don't know how. Whatever it is, we find that. And then the Oracle card class will be in June, and the certification training, if you want that as well, is on sale. So you just go in and you go to the shop, and you'll find all of it. So now, if you have questions or comments, please share, and I'll take a peek at the chat. I loved your intuition class. Oh, thank you, Olga. Yes, we will be doing that again this summer, Intuition Awakening. And this summer, it's going to be, I don't know the exact verbiage, but it's going to be about being a clear and open channel, channeling, connecting, communicating with whatever is optimal. So that wherever you go, you can open clearly, confidently, and in a protected way to commune. Like when I was at the pyramids yesterday, I was just there without an agenda. And I had the luxury of not having to, leave at a certain time, well, within reason. And so I was listening. At one point, had my eyes closed. I was on the Temple of Venus. I was sitting with the grandmothers, a lot of different, we were moving through their stargates too, they're like portals and stuff. And I was just shown to open my eyes, and I'm pretty high up on this temple looking directly into the jungle. There's trees, and there were about 20 of these big blacky blue birds, and they were just all right in front of me, and I didn't have a clue. They weren't, I could hear birds all around me, and then as I watched them, they started to fly over and around me, and they were doing energy work with me, so they were doing cleansing. When we go into the cenotes and the bats come and they fly around, the Maya felt that they work with your negative thoughts, your negative mind, right? So there's clearing and cleansing in nature happening. But that ability to listen, to be present, to be in the moment, clear, so that you get the message, you get the gift, you get the expanded experience, you get that precious moment that changes everything for you, because that's possible all the time. But we have to be doing this work all the time, becoming our path. That way, in each moment, the doors that are possible to open will open because we've been doing our work. So whatever level you're at, the door's open for that. But you have to be present to see them. So let's go ahead and take a look at Julie. Yes. I'm so excited. Thank you, Julie. I love your work, sharing so much. I know we have a reading today. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's such a great time to do this, right? To have a moment when you feel that the doors are, something's shifted, something's changed, and you're willing to step into it. You're willing to take action, and it kind of accelerates what's going to happen. So, okay, now let me see, where are we? All right, so this is from the class, and I'm just going to scroll through real quick, and I must be live. Oh, that was a while ago. Okay. All right. I just got a message from Donna. Yeah, we had a little bit of a challenge getting live. That's okay. So I want you to take a minute. I'm going to take a sip, so I'm going to mute myself so you don't have to listen to me. But I want you to look into the center. So in my mystery school, the Light Body School, that beautiful light being there, Alina, that's you, okay? And you're inside of this sphere. And the sphere is made out of the flower of life pattern, and it represents your light body. So this is the simplest embodiment of your entire light body. Everything inside of there, everything you need to create, everything that you were, all the codes you brought about wisdom you have, schools you've been a part of, expertise, you brought your fears that you want to complete, you name it, it's here. And we see it as a sphere because it's the time of spherical consciousness. That means that you have to see and think not linearly and not black and white. Okay. There's a sense of spherical consciousness that starts to change time. Like the Mayan calendar, they knew time was a circle, and all their calendars, I think they had up to 20 to 26 different ones that interlocked, and they were all circles, and they interlocked in different patterns. They weren't the same. They didn't line up. This one's all the same. They all had a different rhythm. And then as they interlocked, pretty soon, you see all of these different rhythms happening, all of these different things interacting. That's who you are. You are the fear and the excitement about the new idea. You're all of that. Okay. So just take a look at that, start to look in, put yourself inside of there, feel yourself inside. What would it be like to have that sphere around you? Start to imagine it, maybe seeing the petals of the flower of life around you. You can stare at it, soften your eyes. It may start to shift and come alive. Okay, so I'm going to move forward now. And this is from the beginning of the course. It just gives you an idea. Okay. You can cleanse your energy, your office, your home, create sacred space, protect and support yourself. You can do it around something on the other side of the planet, something tiny, around a cell within your body, around an organ or a gland, around a house, around a country, around the planet. There's no time and space when you do this work. And they're very powerful. They're very easy to learn, and anyone can do them. All right. So from the first class is about protecting, cleansing, clearing, and realigning your light body, your entire body. So your light body is your physical etheric body, which is also your aura, your mental body, your emotional body, and so on and so on and so on. You have many layers to who you are. And so these work with the ancient and future, okay, light and energy, your multidimensional nature. So you're not just cleansing a physical thing, but you could remove inflammation from your knee as well as inflammation from your thoughts or your throat chakra, because you're like, swelling up and not able to speak your truth, right? Inflammation, infection, different things like this, attachment, feeling stuck, pain. These are physical. They start on another level. And no matter what you do, if you don't go to that other level, mental, emotional, spiritual, you never shift the inner pattern that is causing the knee inflammation or the allergy reaction or whatever it is. And then you don't have to have a physical thing, but you are cleansing the physical. You're also cleansing the aura, and the auric field, the physical etheric, is a beautiful space between the other subtle bodies and your body, that if you have that area cleansed, it's amazing how you feel. If you see and ask that always my auric field is filled with harmony, peace, beauty, love, rejuvenating me, softly touching me, supporting me, comforting me, inspiring me. What do you want in that space that's right close to you, the closest thing that's coming? Okay, so the Akashic Ascension Sphere is what we just looked at. The violet flame is one of the 12 rays of creation. We work with color rays. We work with sacred geometry. We work with the light body. we work with a lot of different levels. So, like I showed you before, here's your light body. And the second one, or the third one, the second one is very tiny here. So, this is about protection. Good heavens, how'd that happen? Creating sacred healing space. The next one's about cleansing your body, I mean, your house, your home, or any building, any land. And oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Uh, Home cleanse, okay, and a self and a body cleanse. Okay, so there's many different things. This really puts the power back in your hands. It's a healing, protective, empowering, accelerating, realigning, and gives you powerful spiritual and energy tools. Even if you're already a healer, or you know how to do Reiki, or you've learned some other form of healing, this pulls together all different things and gives you completed powerful things. I've been through so much training. I've taught so many. I've studied and mentored with so many. And I've pulled together what I feel works the best because I live this every day. When I go to the jungle, I don't just go, let's go to the pyramids. I used to do that. And these are really serious energies. So I've learned how to ask the land for permission to talk to the spirits. I do it before. I do it when I plan to go. I do it the night before. I do it on the way there. I bring gifts. I respect the land, the Alush, the nature spirits, the temples, the ancients, the sacred ones. I connect with the intention of why I'm going there, and that I'm there to connect with the heart of truth that the Maya held, that I am a bridge to bring that embodiment, that state of consciousness of the Maya, not the one that they've made up about bullshit, but the one where they walked in balance, they knew they were divine, and so on. So why am I coming? And I don't get distracted the same way I don't get distracted by the news, the negative news or whatever's drama, new drama is happening today. I do the same thing when I go here. So if you go and you listen to these stories they make up about what the Maya did, and who they were, and all this stuff, that other than being killed for 450 years nonstop and threatened and burned everything, and then rewrote their history and then claimed horrible things about them. So, but that is not what I tune into. I don't tune into the pain or the grief. Did it happen? Yes. Was there pain there? Yes. So my cleansing, my programming that I've put in place is I do this when I go there, I see it, and I have an end result, which is beautiful. I come out clear, cleansed, aligned, healed, having received whatever was optimal, and so on. So this helps you set up an intention for what you're going to do. It could be just for your work day. It could be for your, lunchtime with your children. It could be, going on a date. Every single thing in your life can be cleansed, cleared, and aligned with the way you would love the outcome. And you're not telling other people what to do. You're embodying what you want to feel. And so this goes hand in hand with all of the wishes fulfilled work. Okay, be free from pain, past patterns, minds, fears, all of the rest of it. And you don't want to be a part of any of that anyway. So, okay, so let's go ahead now. Let me look real quick here at if there's something that would be fun to look at. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's kind of a cool one there. Let's do that. All right, so let me share with you a little bit about playing with the flower of life. So it's really fun. I think this one. Yeah. Okay, good. Is that the flower of life? Most people know what it is now. Yay. So my first mystery school was the Flower of Life Mystery School. And then I went into the Melchizedek method and became a Melchizedek master, a Kamadan master, and a Gaiadan master, and other practices. And the flower of life is a sacred geometrical shape that contains every single shape within it. Even the square is in here. Yes, it is. And so this is literally everything you need to create form. All right, everything, even your 8 original cells started this way. 1, 2, then there's the I, let there be light. 3, 4, continuous circles overlapping each other. And if you print this and you color it, which is something we do in some of my classes, you start to see more eyes, more portals, more flowers, more circles. You start to see the difference. So I would recommend that you look at this and you soften your eyes and you just look directly at the center, very center crossing point. As you look at it, right in the center of that flower, now just let this beautiful being speak to you. So without moving your eyes or having any intention, you're going to start to see different shapes. Maybe the lotus flowers are popping out. Maybe you see an eye. Maybe you see a ladder. You don't need to move your eyes. Just soften. You're communicating now with the flower of life. The flower of life is a beautiful being born of one circle and another, bringing infinity into form. So now as you look at it, just feel as if your third eye, your forehead is opening. You're connecting through gold light that's coming from here. And as it's entering your inner eye, entering your glands, entering your brain, your corpus callosum, going down into your cerebral spinal fluid, it's communicating with you. It's downloading the flower of life, the essence of eternal life, and the secrets of creating life. Now I'm going to change the screen. So you close your eyes very gently. And now open your eyes. And here you see the flower of life is now a sphere. You are inside of it. So again, just look directly into the center. Look into the center of her body. She is you. Again, continue to look inside, soften. Feel yourself entering that sphere all around you, manifesting. You're glowing. You can feel the glow. Now, when you have your Akashic Ascension sphere all around you, continue to allow yourself to be in the center of the sphere. It's effortless. It's just a choice, a change in your perspective. So now I want you to breathe yourself in to the center of this space. You have the intention in your mind. I acknowledge my light body, the multiple dimensions of my being. I see, sense, and feel all of me as this sphere of the flower of life, this hologram of light and love. Now breathe in as if you're drawing it around you, right off the page. Feel and sense yourself inside of it and say, I activate my light body at optimal speed for me at this time. 3, 2, 1. Blow it out like a dolphin. That intention now is going out through your body, through your cells, your aura, your emotional field, and your mind. Everything is clearing, stopping whatever it's doing, paying attention to you, to your command. Now I want you to look at this and open yourself to the idea that this is a language. This is a language of light and love, and this language speaks to you as a creator. It speaks to your body, that there is nothing that you must hold, that everything begins in the void. And then a dot of light appeared, and then a sphere, and then 2 spheres crossed each other and created the eye. And then a 3rd sphere came in and created the triquetra. And a 4th sphere came in and continued day by day to build the flower of life, the seed of life was done. Then the flower of life. There's the egg of life and all of the formations of what you wish for. Now, what you wish for, is it taking shape like this? Is it turning into a beautiful flower? So when you tune into the spherical consciousness of the flower of life, you attract light beings that operate in their Merkabahs, their flower of life. You can see these here from Egypt. You can actually see the flower of life pattern. So now close your eyes. You've accelerated your light body now. Now I want you to drop deeper and deeper into the center of you. And as you become more centered, more calm, more peaceful, you either go deeper or you expand this peace. Where are you? Are you in your belly, your heart, your sacral, your throat? Are you in your eye? Where are you as you decide now to stand in the center of you? I am that I am, and I am the one who chooses what I see, what it means, who I am, the life that I love and want and wish for, and those in it. So now, all around you in a circle, there are 7 pots. Those pots are each glowing a different color that matches your chakras. from red, orange, yellow to green and red for the heart. And these are on your left. The heart is in front of you. And then counting towards the right, there's a pot of blue for your throat, indigo for your third eye, violet, white for your crown. Now, in each of these pots is something that you are ready to receive, you're ready to remember, you're ready to manifest, to accept. It is already done. It is in your life right now. You do not recognize it, you do not see it because you are unclear, because you are holding fears, beliefs, prejudices, and patterns. And yet it's right here. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. So we're going to call on the violet flame, the seventh ray of creation, to come from above and below, to bathe us very slowly at first, like a soft trickle of liquid light. This is the light of fire. It is a high frequency flame, burns away and transmutes everything as it moves into your mind, as it enters your emotional body. Slowly, slowly, give it permission, relax, receive, as if you're being hydrated and you've been so dry. Call on the violet flame to come in. Call on the violet flame to transmute all that no longer serves me, so that I may see, receive, accept, enjoy, and live from this beautiful manifestation, this opportunity, this possibility that is right here, right now. As the beautiful violet flame is pouring through you, it is beginning to rewire what it is freeing to your soul purpose. You can see and sense that you feel lighter and lighter. It's moved all the way through the mind and the aura, the body. It is softly flowing like a gentle river from above, from below, moving through mind, body, chakras, moving out through the financial body, cleansing and clearing beliefs about worthiness, wealth, money, possibility, support. Cleansing and clearing and moving now this violet flame. It soothes and instantly burns away, transmutes, shape shifts, and the qualities now of your soul purpose begin to flood into you. As they flood into you, they fill each chakra. Each chakra becomes an enormous sphere, like a fishbowl filled with violet light, cleansing, clearing, cleansing, clearing, cleansing, clearing, weaving, 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 and now everything drains. You open the drain in your foot chakra, and out flows the violet flame. Out flows everything from every chakra that held a barrier, a belief of a limit, negativity, or lack. Now everything begins to sleep. Now you feel rising from these pots around you beautiful energies, Call on the energies of the red ray to come and fill your root, coming up out of the pot, moving around. Beautiful spherical light, weaving like a serpent. Small spheres and stars come pouring into your root chakra. It tickles, it feels delicious. You say thank you and drink it in. Now the orange comes out like sparkles, and sunlight like a dawn comes up and into your sacral chakra. You receive fully. Now the yellow. The yellow rises like a bright sun at noon, enters your solar plexus, turns on the light. Green and red, pink flow from the heart chakra bowl, entering you, entering your heart, going down the left and the right hand, igniting your eye through your palms, making you the cross, the center, the light of the world. The blue flows up and weaves like a wave of potential, flowing slowly at first into your throat center, back and forth. A small and gentle wave lapping. Now a little bit more, now a little bit more, now a wave towers as it comes to you and through you of the beautiful divine light that will open, cleanse, clear, and align your throat to your truth, to your voice, to your vision, to your blessings. 1, 2, 3. Now you feel that indigo light. It's dancing, it's rising like a snake, like the serpent of this year, like the kundalini of your divine spirit, like the all-seeing eye, the sacred wisdom, the unconditional love, and now pours down your forehead to your third eye. You feel it across the bridge of your nose. You feel it entering pituitary, pineal, and all the way through the brain, bathing you, 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 bathing you. Now the violet white light rises from the last pot. It fills your sphere of the flower of life. It runs through every channel, every petal. You feel it simultaneously moving through the veins, moving through the muscles, moving through the bones, moving through the organs, the mind, out, past, and through everything you are, everything you were, everything you're ready to become. White light, beautiful crown of light, pouring through, cleansing, clearing, connecting you to those channels, becoming a beacon of light, a tower with many, many channels, many receptors, open, receptive to your highest good. Take a deep breath in. I activate my light body at optimal speed for me at this time. 3, 2, 1. Now see your light body, your sphere, spinning, glowing, and changing. As you slowly drop into your body, aligned with your optimal state, recognizing your entire light body. I am the flower of life, flower of light, and the flower of fire. I am cleansed and cleared, aligned, renewed. I am now receiving the gifts into each of my 7 chakras, my 7 bodies, my 7 portals, to open me to that opportunity, that possibility that will make my soul sing. It is done. It is here. I accept. I accept. I accept. Drop deeper into your body. Feel your legs, your hips, your back, your arms, your shoulders, your neck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. We give great thanks for this beautiful cleansing, for this gift, for this moment in time, for this recognition. We accept and declare now permission is given to receive and to continue to receive, to be blessed, to be a blessing, and to be bathed in love and clarity and divine recognition. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the peace, harmony, bliss, grace, ease, the gifts, the abundance, prosperity, the joy, walk with us, talk with us, ooze from us, radiate from us, create a world of light around us and within us. And we send this now into the roots, into the earth, into Ishel, into the waters, into the air, into the animals and the clouds, the moon and the stars. We radiate this out. May this and something better be a gift for all those ready to see the gifts that are here, to cleanse and clear self, to free and transmute the past into the gold, to weave the future, to live the life our souls intended. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste. So, my darlings, that was wonderful. I'm glad you made it too, sweetie. Oh, good. So much fun to be in your classes. I love your joyful and nurturing energy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I'm going to move on. That was delicious. I usually go in and repeat these. Last night, I repeated a few different things. I think it was on the full moon that I channeled that beautiful new Mayan priestess, the sacerdotisa. And here's another one that came to me at the same time. And she's kind of a rattle. And you can take a look at her to see if there's anything. She's doing the sun thing over the solar plexus, okay? Holding that disc, solar disc to receive, having the weave of the infinite. So with all of our opportunities, all of our energies, all of the awakening ancients and possibilities to tap into the future, the timelessness of the ancient cultures like the Maya that is the truth of who we are is one of the fun things that happens when you go in and you do this work. So enjoy, get the course, reach out to me, come to a session, let me know what else. And we will get an email out to you soon, but the replay is right here, right now, as soon as I hang up. So have a beautiful and blessed day. I am going to be going this weekend to Itzamal. It's an incredible town not far from me, about 2 hours into the jungle, that has had 12 pyramids, has at least 5. And I found and climbed one on the eclipse, the lunar eclipse in March. And we're going there for 4 days for Chris's birthday and staying at a little house right there so I can walk night and day, be in the center of this. I've been communicating with Zamna, who was the father that came from the priest, the wisdom keeper that came with Ishel from Atlantis, the way that Thoth came to Egypt and brought the technology of Atlantis, the wisdom. And it happened all over the planet. Everybody got someone who came from Atlantis. Apollo went to the Greeks, and Poseidon, and then Neptune, of course. And then you have all the other Inca and Hiracocha and Hiawatha and many, many other beautiful sacred teachers came and brought and saved that wisdom. So this is not someone, a particular energy that I've connected to much in the past, and I avoided this town. So the fact that we were just told that what we want is right here has me cracking up, because that's literally what's happening. Like, I'm like, I really don't know where this is. I don't think I have it. And I open it up and I do two quick things, and there's everything I need, pieces for something. Finding people, meeting people, looking for the energies. The timing is right because it's ripe. And whatever you're ripe for is going to open up. So I'm going to be doing sacred work all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So tune in and let me know how you're doing. Enjoy this. Remember that we are moving forward with Venus. Is no longer in retrograde, and we are hitting some Saturn energy this week. So if you do feel like boom, 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 then stop and look where you are. Maybe you're standing in what you want. Maybe you've got to peel that old dead layer of skin or that old leaf off. Maybe you have to realize that you cleared out your mind, but you're still dragging around those beliefs or those habits in a trash bag, and you need to fully get rid of that trash bag. Go do one of these cleanses, set up the space around your house, learn how to activate your light body every day. Do it in between all the sessions, do it in between different meetings, different projects, from work to home. Trust yourself and love yourself enough to do this work so that we all can open portals. And here's the thing, the only way we can shift what we may not like, the chaos in the world, the circus, is by changing who we are. So hold the light, be the light, cleanse the fear, keep finding it. Don't judge yourself. That just makes things worse. Don't judge others. There's no point. Keep going deeper. And Saturn is a really good one to just say, hey, stop trying to do it the way you've done it. You've reached this wall. Now, what if you look down? Maybe you're standing already in your magic shoes like Dorothy. You've always had them all along. You just didn't know how to use them. Okay. So those are some of the key energies. And then, of course, we have the new moon barreling down on us. But it's fun because where the moon is positioned right now, I watch it all night. Every time I go to the bathroom, I see it from my window at night. So as we move towards the new moon, what are we doing? We're moving from illumination deeper and deeper into dark. And it's not dark bad, which is what I love about the Maya beliefs, is it's just the other side of light, okay? Above, below, underworld, above world, heaven. And then we're in the crust of the earth. We're at that middle level, but that means we're the pillar of light between the two. So literally you can build the world that you love, and it will reflect around you, and it will be what you live in, and people who will match it will show up. Yeah, yes. Have a great time. Thank you. You're so welcome. I felt light language. I wanted to be activated. Ooh, how exciting. Playing with light language is fun because it's not what people think. This, speaking in tongues, basically, that you see a lot, or was very popular for a while. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people do it fairly well. I have a friend who I do like it. Some of it I don't know whether I like it. So again, discernment, because are you trying to make something happen? Maybe you have a completely unique way of receiving and expressing these energies that are speaking to you or through you, right? So that's the beauty, is that I'm constantly realizing that there's different senses waking up, or I'm willing to let go of my habitual thought, my structured thought, and deeper continuing to unravel those patterns that you don't even know you're seeing from, right? And then suddenly, oh, wow, there's something else. There's something else. There's something new. And so light language can come through in art, can come through in writing, can come through in speaking, can come through in music, can come through in humming, can come through in poetry. Chris writes poems. He never did that before. And he's been doing that for a few years now. And he just goes through phases. And I can see how it's energetically and cosmically aligned. It's part of his processing, his own path, his own healing, his own life, as well as an expression of who he is. That is something he couldn't do before. So we have to not judge what happens to us, because new skills are birthed from new grounds, right? Hi, Britt. Yes, last 2 days have been interesting. They have been very interesting, and the body is part of what's happening right now. The shaking, we were in a lot of retrograde, which was very internal, and now we're in a lot of moving forward, which can be more physical, can be more sense of a masculine, we can become more aware of the body. I've had this weird habit. No, that's not a habit. I just had this weird thing happening where I want to eat, and I don't have that anymore. Very rarely. And I hate a full stomach, and I like to feel empty. So my daily life is a very specific diet, mostly drinking things like green juice. However, there's this craving that's been saying the minute I eat something, even if it's my salad, which is full of cabbage and all kinds of stuff, I want something else. And I find it weird, because the voice that's speaking is, I'm over here going, but I hate the feeling of a full stomach. I don't want that. That isn't what I am. And the other part of me is like, I want it, I want it, I want it. So watching the pattern, watching the body have a craving and speak, does it need to be responded to physically, mentally, emotionally, or a little bit of each, or I don't know. So we're breaking habits and shedding habits, but they're also speaking to us. So this has gone on for 2 weeks, I think, maybe on and off for a couple of weeks. And so I feel like it's an old pattern that's very deep, that it's super subconscious, that it's rising up in the body and creating a craving in the body that goes against who I currently am. And so I'm not judging either side of it, but I am watching it, and I'm fascinated by it. And then at some point, the boldness of being who you are is to say, that's not who I am anymore. Is there anything else? And then we let it go. So today I'm fasting, and tomorrow I'm fasting before we go away. And I'm fasting with my green juice and everything. I'm just not going to be eating salad or anything like that, or fruit. So, okay, my loves,